baby, everybody. Welcome back to Words with Wayman. I'm your host, as always, Matt Wayman. Please support us on the interwebs, Words with Wayman on Twitter, Words with Wayman on Facebook. We're going to hop right into it. Special part 2 with local Denver artist, businessman, just real sweet boy, Mr. Mitch Fair. Thanks for coming back out for part 2.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we left off in part 1. We were talking about basically how you guys basically had established it, got the business together for this, and just kind of started to just incorporate it. So what happened after you guys incorporated, basically? Was it a quick thing, or...?
I mean, it took a little while to kind of get up and going. You know, of course, we had to build a logo.
Yeah.
Get a name together, you know, what we were going to identify ourselves
How'd you
as.
decide on that? I think it's an awesome name, by the way.
Yeah, it was actually pretty crazy. So we wrote down, I mean, probably 5 sheets worth of names,
Really?
You know, all sorts of different stuff. And somebody in one room had pointed at a name on a piece of paper and was like, well, how about this? And then somebody from the other room kind of leaned over and was like, hey, this is it. This is new. This, you know, that's old. This is new. This is everything. This is awesome. So we're this now.
It is super ambiguous, but kind of like if you know what you do, kind of spot on too.
Yeah. You know, obviously we wanted it, you know, short, sweet, something current, something that would be easy recognizable. Always that kind of cool play on words as well, which we always kind of chuckle at anytime it comes up, you know.
Yeah.
This guy's or this project or, you know, what's this doing or, you know, there's a million different ways to use our name in sentences.
Yeah. So you got the logo together, and then what was the first actual paid thing that you guys did?
It was probably, I can't remember the exact business we did it for, but I'm sure it was some local business or
like
something
T-shirts
like that.
and stuff. Was it what it started out because it was the screen printing stuff?
Yeah, we had the screen printing stuff immediately.
Did you have the warehouse immediately?
Yeah, that was another big reason we had that at our fingertips, so we jumped on the opportunity for it.
Just when somebody knew the space was open. It's a little bit outside of Denver for people that don't know.
Well, one of our guys was actually working out of it for another company.
Oh, cool.
And essentially, we just took over the lease.
Oh, okay.
And again, kind of this whole destiny sort of a
right
thing
place,
happened.
right time.
Yeah, it was. But then, you know, slowly but surely, we got in touch with local bands, local businesses, you know, different dispensaries. Obviously, the Green Rush is a huge money maker, and you know, we kind of dipped our toes into that as well.
You guys have pretty good ends because you work at a music venue and the other guy works at a music venue too.
Yeah, actually 3 of us, we all used to. One of our guys doesn't anymore, but we all work at the Bluebird, the Gothic, the Ogden. So that's a great place to, you know, hand out business cards, wear our hats, wear our custom designed T-shirts, and, you know, people come up to us like, hey, man, cool T-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, here's a business card, man.
I mean, we were at a Denver Flea the other day, and some dude came up and said the same thing. He's like, I love the T-shirt and stuff. Cool way to market yourselves.
Yeah,
but just, like,
you know,
simple,
wearable kind of billboard stuff.
Yeah,
and,
it doesn't cost anything for you to wear the shirt that you like to wear anyway.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it's minimal cost.
How is it working with 3 other people on a creative outlet, on a creative thing like this? Is there ever? Do you guys work pretty collaboratively together? Does one person do more of it, or how does it kind of work out?
Yeah, I mean, we all work pretty well together. Of course, there's always bumps in the road, or you know, people don't see eye to eye on something. But usually, we work really well with each other. We have kind of picked out our roles in the company. One of our guys is kind of front of house guy, does all the ordering, you know, contacting customers, just getting
sales stuff
in a row, making sure people were hitting deadlines, stuff like that. One of the other guys is kind of more of our lead designer. So, you know, designing logos for people, designing custom art for people. And then me and the other guy are a little bit more the production team as far as actually printing shirts, printing stickers, kind of making the idea come to life.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good way to go because everybody does have to take their roles. Just like a restaurant, like the chef can't be out in front of people because he can't necessarily talk to people.
Right.
But he could create some of like the coolest Food.
It's funny too, because actually when we got started, it was almost like there was 4 businesses under this one name.
Yeah.
Like I had my customers, he had his customers, and we had to do it start to finish, making sure we got the job, did our own invoicing, produced the product, and it just got, I was about ready to pull my hair out.
Yeah, that's tough, it sounds like.
Yeah, so it came down to a point where I was like, all right, you do the invoicing. I'll just make it happen, so, which is working actually way better. We're turning around stuff a lot quicker, and just overall less stress for everybody.
Awesome. That's how it should be. And it seems like, ever since I've known you, it's been getting, business has been picking up even more and more. You guys had a chance to do a really big mural downtown.
We did. Yeah. It was, 18th and Curtis, the Denver place. It was awesome. It was like a 900 square foot wall, solid concrete. Couple of challenges because it was a little beat up, nails sticking out of it, stuff like that. But yeah, we did it in 6 days, pretty much 12-hour days every day.
That's awesome.
One day, I think it was like 16 hours.
Yeah.
So it was a huge undertaking, our biggest job to date.
Yeah. You guys use a really, I've seen the pictures. It seems like it's come out unbelievable. You guys did a cool thing on that one where you kind of did like, you're telling me you kind of did like, you just put a bunch of the stickers of the stuff that you wanted up there and kind of just like painted around them, kind of just almost like a paint by numbers type deal.
Yeah, it was almost like a color by numbers. We had to grid the whole wall out, cut out the vinyl, stick it up onto the wall. Piece it all together, make sure all the lines matched up, and then go in, paint it all, and then rip it all down. And it's kind of one of those, you're biting your nails until the end reveal, and then it comes out, and you're stoked.
That's awesome. Yeah, it is. I'm sure a lot of pressure because you've painted all over that stuff, and you don't necessarily know how it's going to come out negative wise.
Right. Yeah. Of course, we do have a lot of pre-design proofing. The customer gets to see exactly what it's going to look like, as opposed to here's kind of our style. We're going to freehand it up here, and hopefully it comes out looking awesome.
Yeah, I know. The pictures that I saw came out unbelievable. They look so cool and super different, but also just like kind of it was this very mechanical but super relatable, awesome thing.
Yeah, and it's cool. I think it's just a little bit different than a lot of other mural artists attack things. And it was cool doing it. People, in the building coming by and just being like, "Whoa, this is crazy!" I don't really get to see how these things go up. And, it was an awesome project to do.
Kind of like the dating, I guess like the high point of everything so far.
Definitely.
Nice.
Definitely.
What is you specifically, I guess this is taking a little bit of a jaunt in a different direction, but what is your specific creative process for when you guys do like art shows and stuff like that separately? It is under this flag, but you guys produce your own pieces for these art shows and stuff that you guys do.
Yeah, which we feel is kind of cool. You come see this art show and you're really seeing 4 different artists. Yeah.
And that's awesome. You can be in an entire art show just as this, too, which I think is so cool.
Yeah, I think it's something cool that we can offer not only galleries, but patrons as well coming through. It doesn't get stale or stagnant or, kind of repetitive of the same style. You get to see kind of a gamut of different styles.
Yeah.
For me personally, my process is a little by the seat of my pants. I kind of get a general idea or aesthetic that I'm going for, and then just slowly but surely build off of it and kind of look for happy mistakes and, run with those. Yeah. A lot of my stuff is kind of screen printing onto wood, where I got to piece like multiple screens together. An old English teacher told me, the way to write is to write about what you know. And so I kind of took that with how I do art as well. Yeah. And, the things that I know is animals. So I do a ton of like animal work.
A lot of super cool stuff. We have my fiance bought a piece that you did that is one of my favorites that we own for sure. One of the other ones that always sticks out in my mind is the hand-painted American flag with a stencil over the top of the head of an eagle with the body of a sexy lady.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the American Sweetheart.
Yeah, American Sweetheart, but just like a very The hand-painted flag goes super well with the screen-printed, the very specific image over the top of it. I feel like works really well.
We were kind of talking about it earlier. I guess I categorize it as like stylized realism.
Yeah.
Obviously it's not real being an eagle on a woman's body, but it's got a very, almost photo quality kind of a look.
Super photo quality, and I think it's very. I'm super attracted to how literal it is too, because I'm like, I definitely have an appreciation for abstract art. Don't get me wrong, but I've always found that I've related more so to literal art or just something that I can feel like is that I can just relate to right away.
Yeah, especially with that piece, America. I mean, the flag, bald eagles, and women.
Yeah, right.
I love it.
People love it. For people out there that don't know, how do you guys specifically go about booking your gallery shows? Do you let people come to you, or do you more so go towards them?
Right now we're in the mode of kind of people coming towards us.
Awesome.
Lately it's been, we've done work for certain people, and they've found out that we do our own art shows and want to bring us in.
Cool.
Really right now it's more tattoo shops, coffee shops, bars, restaurants, kind of sort of stuff.
Which I like too, because it takes the pressure off of it. It's not like you're forcing your art down there. Like if people want it, they look at it and they want it that bad, so they relate to it.
Totally.
As opposed to a gallery, it's a little bit more forced.
Totally. And we're also on the mode of like, if we're gonna have an art show, let's just have a party. Let's get people together, have some drinks, look at some art, and eat some food and just have a good time.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of your guys' parties out at the warehouse, and I always had a super, super good time, and thought that's the best. I mean, why shouldn't you go about your business that way? I mean, if you're just having a good time, that's what it should be, right?
Yeah, of course. That's what it's, I guess, kind of all about in this industry. I think some shops grind it out, do the work, but we're trying to essentially make a shop that supports the creative side of what we want to do. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I always have a good time going out to the warehouse just because of all the cool equipment, the half pipe and everything. Like you guys have set up this environment out there that's so relatable, and seems like, I don't know if you guys have a bunch of clients and stuff out there, but it seems like just such a cool creative space to walk into.
Yeah, it's funny, when we get clients or just whoever coming by, they walk into our warehouse and they're like, whoa, man, you guys got a lot going on in here. This seems like there's not a inch of those walls that's not covered with some sort of art or mural or giant boombox banner.
Yeah.
Or, something. And I think a lot of people think that we've been doing it out of our basement or like out of our garage for the last 4 years.
Don't realize how legit it actually is.
Yeah. We've had clients show up and just be like, wow, man, you guys really got it going on here.
What do you think we're doing all day out here?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We got a van. We actually have a warehouse.
Yeah. We're trying to make this a viable, business and career option. So
I think that's really cool. Where do you guys see I guess as you as well, but maybe as the group as well, what's the main goal of the whole thing? Is there an end goal, or is it kind of just open-ended, just like make money to be profitable, or?
Yeah, of course, there's always that end goal to be comfortable and to, do something that you love to do and that you're passionate about.
Get paid for it.
Yeah, to be able to make a little bit of money doing it. But I also think that, we're trying to build a brand here soon. We're trying to start a clothing line, kind of on the side, essentially have the production support our brand.
Nice.
As opposed to just going out there trying to start a brand and falling flat on our face.
That's a good idea. Keep the margins down,
Yeah. Ideally, I think we'd like to have a couple of shops. I think we'd like to have a small workforce. I think, we'd like to expand possibly to other states.
Yeah.
Of course. It's hard to say because, we're artists trying to make it happen. None of us have a business degree or really know a whole lot about business, but we're trying to do it the right way.
Yeah. Do you see yourself, I guess I always ask this question, this kind of fell into that earlier question, but I guess it kind of ties in the same thing. Best case scenario, 5 years, what does your life look like? Specific, life by yourself. Or not by yourself, obviously, but...
perfect world. we'd be doing murals, maybe once a month, once every other month. Hopefully destination murals.
Nice.
Going
that'd be awesome.
all over the state or to other states and doing
countries,
different buildings and stuff. Maybe other countries. Have probably a new warehouse with, multiple presses going, multiple machines, printing stickers, and, we love doing band work.
Nice.
We do a ton of work for different local bands. We love doing show posters.
You guys do fantastic show posters. Everything you guys do is great.
So, if we can just keep hammering on that, and maybe I can buy a house doing it.
Hell yeah.
That'd be the 5-year goal.
We're getting down to it. One more question before we get out of there. For anybody that is thinking about getting into art that hasn't done it, or anybody that has just started art, what advice would you give for somebody like that?
Just keep plugging away, do what you think is cool. I mean, if you think it's cool and, your 5 friends think it's cool, you probably have a good idea.
Awesome.
So, just keep pushing it, look for different avenues, but really just hone your craft and just keep after it.
I'm a big fan of that. If it's just I don't know what advice to give you, but it's quantity versus quality in the beginning.
Right.
You just have to pump all the shit out, and then by the end, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Or it should be, if you're in it to win it, you're in it for the right reasons, and everything's going the way it should be.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just keep it up.
And before we get out of here, where can everybody find you on the interwebs?
Thisproject.net is our website.
Awesome.
This Denver is our Instagram handle.
Hell yeah.
And we don't have Twitter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Check them out on the web. Everybody check us out, Words with Wayman. I want to thank you so much for coming out and doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we've been friends for a while, but I'm glad we finally got to put it down on...
Got to do it.
On some sort of tape that this computer has. But yeah, guys, support us online. Thank you so much again, and we will see you guys all soon.